Well, good morning. I'm a bit weary. Staying at the university last night in one of the little student rooms, and it was very good actually. Very good, very good. The only thing was there was people up really late. My room was kind of getting on towards next to where the shit, I missed a turning. Next to where people sit out, I think. And it was a bit oh, can't go down there. It was about 1 o'clock before they all bloody went to bed, so dead end. So unfortunately it was a bit of a late one. Anyway, there we go. That happens sometimes. I had a good night the previous night, so we're not the end of the world. Today is the Feast of the Assumption, which basically means that everything is shut. Absolutely everything is shut. And the sat-nav is taking me on some tortuous route to get out of Pamplona. I somehow have never bonded with Pamplona. I don't know why. I'm sure it's a lovely city, but I never seem to kind of get my bearings with it particularly well. Whereas Zaragoza I can find my way around, even Madrid, but for some reason I could never quite seem to get my head around this place. But there we go. That's the way it goes. I think I want to be in the other lane actually. There's nothing behind me, is there? No. It's going to be a bump. Oh, I managed to get through the gap. How about that? And we beat the lights. Anyway, there we go. So, considering there's nothing open at all, I mean, not even anywhere to get a cup of coffee. I did have a cup of coffee at the hotel, so all is not lost. And I managed to get quite a nice cold coffee thing in the supermarket last night, which was my backup. I drank that as well, and I was planning on stopping somewhere and having breakfast sort of mid-morning, but I don't think that's going to happen because everything's shut. So I'm just going to get on the road, because I reckon by the time I get to Zaragoza, which is a couple of hours, the mass and everything will be over. We'll be in the afternoon, or at least over after lunch, and maybe tonight things will open. Maybe they won't. It might be one of those days where I'm a bit stuck, but we'll see. Anyway, there we are. I'm rambling. I'll see you later. Well, we're into the windswept openness of the middle of Spain now. Maybe not quite the middle, but I'm not far outside of Zaragoza now, and it's quite warm. It's not sweltering actually, which is quite nice. Seem to be running well. Done well over 1,000 miles now since I left, and not got much to do today. It is a festival day, the Ascension, or Assumption, or something like that. Anyway, everything's shut. I think I said this. So I stopped at a little services and had a donut, because I was a bit peckish. Anyway, there we go. Just cruising along. Oh well, another drama at the toll booth. I hate these fucking toll booths. They're a nightmare when you're on a bike. gloves off, find your wallet, put the ticket in, find the money, find your card declined, find cash. It's a bloody nightmare. I don't know why, the last couple of times I've tried to use the card, it hasn't gone through. And it's just pissy amounts, 9 euros, 5 euros. I don't know why. I seem to have trouble at the toll booths with the card. It works everywhere else. I'm going to have a look on the app and see if there's not something. I don't know. It's odd. But it's fine. I mean, you put the hotels on it and, you know, it's all good. But I don't know. They just slightly stress me out, these toll booths, because you can tell the people behind you are desperate for you to get on with it. But, you know, you can't. You can only do it as quickly as you can do it. Even when the fucking barrier goes up, you know, gloves on, wallet away, you know, they're a pain in the arse. Once I get to Madrid, then it's no more tolls, I think, for a while, because I won't be in such a rush. I just make sure I'm there for Saturday to pick up Chloe, but once she's with me, then I'm, you know, I haven't got to do so many miles every day particularly. Just try and take it easy. Anyway, that's my rant. Well, good morning. Close that for a minute, a bit less wind noise. It's the next day. What day is it? It's Friday. I've just left Zaragoza after having had a nice breakfast at El Real, where I usually go. It's a really beautiful cafe. I might put a picture in, a photo at some point in here somewhere. But anyway, lovely place. I really like that city. It's a lovely city. In fact, I think probably second to Barcelona, it's my favourite city. Really, it's much smaller obviously, but it's just a really lovely city. Anyway, how are we doing? Half a tank of fuel. It's about 200 miles to Madrid, 3 hours they say on the sat nav. I haven't got the sat nav running, but I had a little sneak before I left. Don't really need to use the sat nav until I get actually to Madrid, because the hotel is basically near the airport district. There's signs everywhere for the airport when you get to Madrid, so I can get myself pretty close without sitting the phone out on the mountain and cooking it, basically, because it gets too hot and just overheats and turns off anyway. So there we go. So I'm just gonna relax into a nice easy 200 miles today, hopefully no major hassle. I need to get fuel at some point, try and find somewhere that's not a Repsol, because I need to buy a little bit of 1550. This bike's got Silkaline Pro 4 in it, and I'd like to match it, but if I can't, I need to find a 1550. And Repsol doesn't do a 1550, they only sell their own oils, their own brand, and that's not a grade that they make. So if I have to get 1540, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'd like to match what's in the bike, really. Anyway, rabbit. Another day, another 200 miles.